we just had the Texas tax deed auction happen here today in Georgia. So I just want to show you guys, how simple this stuff is to get started with. So if you type in Texas tax deeds, okay, here we go. So I'll have my screen over here, delinquent taxes. Okay, I'm going to pull up the tax deed list here today, and we're going to take a look at some of the properties that just sold. So if you guys are liking this, do me a favor, hit thumbs up. And Harris County. So we'll look at Harris County tax deeds. We had, I think, 2 of our viewers who were at the sale today and just picked up 2 properties. So I was talking to Cam here earlier, and some of these properties went up. So if you just type in Texas tax deeds or Harris County tax deeds, you can come over here to the list and see what's going on. So we have a lot of canceled properties. So I want to share with you guys a super important tip for when you're getting into tax deed investing and tax lien investing. So today was the day of the auction. So you are going to see this list. Most of the properties are going to be canceled. So if we sort this by a judged value here, look at this one. I think we looked at this before. This thing opening bid 66,000 on 900 grand, which is pretty cool. So anything here that you see is canceled. Wow, look at this one. This is a huge piece of property, $118,000 minimum bid on 740 grand. And when we look at this property, let's see, tract. This thing is a pretty solid, pretty big piece of land. So these things went today. So as far as tips when you're looking at these properties, here's one. Went to the auction, opening bid 8 grand, value 470, Champion Lane, Houston. So this is literally just the first step of getting in the game here. Is you want to see what's going on. Just come on to Zillow, see what type of properties are here. This thing's worth 504. And then the opening bid was just 8,400 bucks. So we don't know what that went for. Tune in this Thursday, and we're going to actually do a bit of a hot seat with some of the guys that were there and talk to them about their deals. Let's see. Somebody's saying here, question, is this possible to do for 500 bucks? I'm low on funds. So this is a good question. So first off, as you can see by the title of the video, buy $500 over-the-counter properties. So to answer that question, yes, there are these properties available sometimes for as little as 500 bucks, which is great. You do put in a little bit of elbow grease to sort through the properties. You have to, old school, sometimes just crack open the directory and call them up, right? So I just want to share a little bit of a mindset that happens, right? So you have 500 bucks, start diving into this, calling counties and putting in the elbow grease. The thing that we see a lot though is if somebody has 500 bucks and like they need a Hail Mary, like going to Vegas and, oh man, I need to, I need to double my money right away or triple my money or turn this into $20,000 right away because this is the last $500 I have. I lost my job. I'm on welfare. Like in that situation, scared money is hard to deal with. And I know a lot of you guys, depending on the budget that you have, it could be a little bit scared. So don't count on this in the sense of like, I need a Hail Mary in 20 days or, I'm going to be out on the street. Hopefully, if you have 500 bucks set aside, you have your basic living expenses covered, a roof over your head, transportation if you need it, then dive into this, work hard, put in a couple hours a day, and you will get there. This is a ball of momentum that will work in your favor. So, I don't promise a lottery ticket here as far as, flipping something in a couple days to make, turn your 500 into 5 grand and 5 grand into 100 grand within a month. That's a fairy tale. However, everybody's on their own timeline, depending on what your budget is when you get up to it. Oh, this is a good question here. Let's see. You have to be there physically. Former flipper into the Airbnb space. So when we got into this, one of the golden rules of tax deed investing was you have to go and see the property, boots on the ground, to see it, feel it, and touch it. So this was over 20 years ago. And the internet has changed that. So now we do a lot of deals. We do them remotely. Like we went to the Philly auction, and at the Philly auction, we have somebody go and drive the properties for us. So we hire somebody, whether it's like a off work Uber driver or, some sort of delivery person. We'll pay them like $25 an hour and give them, a number of properties to go take pictures of. So if you guys are going to do this stuff remotely, you send out a driver. You can post, on a Facebook forum. Actually, wholesaler flipper forums are often pretty good because they're willing to get out there and put in a little bit of elbow grease. And when you're doing it remotely, the key is make sure the person we give them a list, a checklist of the pictures to take of the property, the neighbor's house. Make sure the address is on each side so we can verify that's the property we're looking at. From there, what we're going to do is, we want extensive pictures if possible, pictures of the roof, the siding, things like that, to do the best they can. So we will give them a list of those pictures that we want taken. And then, we're comfortable to go and bid on these properties. So for you guys, the nice thing about land is it's often pretty low risk as far as, you don't have to worry about properties on the inside being completely, or you can factor, when you deal with land, you don't have to think about the property or the rehab or any of that stuff. So that's one of the reasons that we like dealing with land, is it's very simple to get into land when you are first starting out. And you can go fairly quick, and it's easier to do remote. And it just so happens in the inventory right now, there are a lot of pieces of property. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I have a free gift for you for watching a free mini course called The ABCs of Tax Lien and Deed Investing. This is one of the best books on tax liens, and it is totally free as my gift to you for watching in the description below. It'll walk you through tax liens from start to finish, along with the directories with all 1,500 tax lien and deed counties put here so that you don't have to go and search around the internet to find them on your own. So the other thing I have is, if you already have this book and you want to do a deep dive, my team and I have found an auction with a whole bunch of properties worth 200 to 300 grand, opening bids of just 1,600 bucks. So if you want to deep dive and attend an auction with some help, you can also schedule a free call below and we can discuss helping you in this business. Regardless, thanks for watching. You can check things out in the description below and enjoy the videos. We'll see you soon.